My name is Lew Witherspoon. I'm a retired Navy surface warfare commander. And I have to tell you that I literally grew up here at the Naval Training Center. I came here in 1968 as a recruit, right after I graduated from college. But the officer recruiter told me that I could still be drafted, and eventually I was. So he suggested that I just enlist, and wherever I was, when my orders for officer candidate school came through, that they would come and get me. And they really did. In boot camp, I was the recruit chief petty officer. In other words, I was the recruit in charge of all the other recruits, even though we had a company commander and an assistant company commander. During boot camp, I was the honor man for the company, and every company has an honor man. So I was one for Company 588. But I was the American Spirit Honor Medal winner for the whole brigade, and they only gave out one. So at graduation, I got that certificate from the Admiral that was the reviewing officer for that graduation for that week. So I left NTC, came back in 1971 as a lieutenant junior grade, and I was one of the instructors in the BOOST program. And BOOST stands for Broaden Opportunities for Officer Selection and Training. And that program was a lot like the Naval Academy Prep School. So what we did was we trained enlisted men and women, minorities, so that they would be competitive for positions at the Naval Academy, in ROTC units, as well as the Marine Corps program. At the time, we had about 40,000 naval officers, but we only had like 361 black officers, and that percentage was like 0.67%, less than 1%. Following that, I went away for many years. I came back in 1987 as the officer in charge of Engineering, Hull, and Supply Corps schools at Service School Command. Our buildings was Building 94, which right now is the Rock Church. A couple of years later, I came back as the executive officer of Service School Command, and I was there from 89 to 91. Then I went downtown to be the commanding officer of Military Sealift Command. Right after that, I came back in 93 on the SINCPAC Fleet Total Quality Leadership Team. And I was there for a little over a year, and then I retired from the Navy after 26 years on active duty. And immediately, I became the Western Region Director of AmeriCorps. And AmeriCorps is like the Peace Corps, except we do national service in this country as opposed to foreign countries, as well as in our territories like Puerto Rico. So I did that until 2005. And then I left there and I came back to NTC for my final time, and that was as the operations director of the NTC Foundation. We were in charge of renovating 26 buildings in the historic district. It's finally retired in 2011 for good. NTC has meant so much for me over the years. My name is literally written at NTC on these grounds. My wife gave me a brick when they were starting the campaign to raise money, and when I found out all about what they were trying to do with NTC, I started volunteering. Well, I got offered an opportunity to put in an application, first operations director for NTC. I put the resume in, I had an interview, and I got selected in an official capacity as the first operations director from 2006 until 2011, and that's when I finally retired. As you can see, this place means one hell of a lot to me. I love NTC, and I know it's Liberty Station, but for me, it'll always be NTC.